What's up everyone, I'm Bills. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've been kinda off this game for a little bit.
We need to say upkeep now.
This game being, of course, Planescape Torment, back with this. A game came out called Moon Mystery that I've been looking forward to playing for a while. And so I was dying to play that, and I wanted to get it all out at once, like not take any breaks. Mainly to take advantage of the releasing, but also because I was just having too much fun with it. But I'm finally back with this game. Let's pick up where we left off, shall we? So, we're here in the lower ward, and we need to head over here to investigate a slave auction. Okay, so I need to talk to you, Trist. I need to talk to you first. You see a young woman who is trying to get your attention. She is wearing shoddy clothes, but her demeanor is one of elegance, unlike that of the people who surround her. Upon closer inspection, you notice that her skin is clean and smooth, lacking the yellow tint of the inhabitants of this ward. She notices your approach and smiles at you. Greetings. I thank the powers that you noticed me. I am in need of the services of a mercenary. She pauses and examines you more carefully. If appearances are any indication, you seem to be such an individual. Appearances can be deceptive. What exactly is it that you want of me? She nods to you. The heart of the matter is that I'm to be sold into slavery for a crime I did not commit. I'm in need of a champion, someone who will help me prove my innocence and free me from this fate. She pauses and looks at you expectantly. Tell me exactly what's going on. She thinks for a moment. This is long in the telling, Cutter. Please bear with me. Go on. She sighs as she begins her tale. My husband died recently and left me his business. I'm not business-oriented, so I decided to sell. Not long afterward, I was contacted by a lender saying a loan on the business had not been paid. She pauses to gather her thoughts. I examined all the documents my husband kept and found that there had indeed been a loan taken, but it had just recently been paid in full. I explained this to the lender, and a few days later he asked for a copy of the document. It was nowhere to be found. She looks concerned and pauses to think. Well, when I could not prove that the loan was paid, the lender took me before the court. My monies were taken and applied to the balance owed. Since it did not pay off the loan, I'm to be sold on the block to try and recover the remaining amount due. She gives you a forlorn look. I don't understand. Why sell you into slavery? She shrugs. It serves many purposes. First, it keeps the prisons relatively clear of all but the vilest criminals. Second, the sale of the convicted is used to pay for any damages, costs, or fees involved in the case. Finally, the convicted still serves a sentence from which they are eventually released, supposedly as better citizens. This is all fascinating, but I don't see how I can help you. I need someone to find the missing document, the one that proves the loan was paid, or if you could purchase my contract, I could pay you back. She gives you a pleading look. I can't spend the next 5 years of my life in this ward, Cutter. It will kill me. Surely you've noticed the illness shared by all who live here. Yes, the yellow skin and coughing. She nods her head. Yes, Cutter, please. Can you find it in your heart to help me? She looks at you nervously. Please. It's in it for me if I help you. Truth, you've been found guilty in a court of law and only the law can help you. Yes, I'll help you. I have some questions, though. Yes, I'll help you. I have some questions,
Updated my journal.
She nods her head eagerly. Ask anything, Cutter. What's the lender's name? I know his name well, Cutter. After all I've been through, I will not likely forget it. She gets a faraway look, then shudders for a moment. Byron Pickett is his name. Oh, yeah, I met him last time, that's right. She pauses for a moment. An associate, maybe someone named Lenny. Who is this Lenny? I think I met Lenny as well. I don't remember. It's been a while. She thinks for a moment. There was a small, feral-looking man who came to court a few times. He would sit behind Pickett and whisper to him occasionally. She pauses and looks lost in thought. Go on. She frowns. I remember him because he always seemed to be uncomfortable in his clothes. He would pick at them as if they were new, as if he were not used to wearing them. She pauses again. On one such occasion, Pickett told him to sit still and stop fidgeting. He called him Lenny. Where can I find Lenny? She thinks for a moment, and then shrugs. I'm not sure, actually. My husband told me that some ruffians could be found southeast of the market near the siege tower, I believe. Okay, where can I find Byron? She thinks for a moment. I think he can be found in or around the open-air market. Forgive me, but I'm not certain. I must be going now. Farewell. Okay, let's go talk to that guy, to Byron. I believe he was over here, if I'm remembering right. Yep, here he is, Byron Pickett. Okay. I took the long way around, I see. Oh well. You see, Byron Pickett, the moneylender, back again. I want to talk to you about Trist. Ah, Trist. He frowns and looks away. After a moment, he looks at you and raises his eyebrows. What about her? Trying to find a missing document for her. He sighs and shakes his head. There is no missing document. That was a ruse instigated by Trist to cast doubt on her debt. This matter has been thoroughly investigated by the Mercy Killers, and they found no evidence of any such document. The Mercy Killers? Yes, a faction of fanatics dedicated to uncovering the truth in criminal cases and handing out justice. They are often used as investigators by the courts of sigil. They are quite thorough, and they found nothing. He glares at you. They could have missed something. That is a possibility, but not very likely. You obviously are not familiar with the Mercy Killers, or their methods for you to make such a statement. If they could not find the document, then it does not exist. He looks at you angrily. Someone could have stolen the document and then destroyed it. That way the loan would be paid twice.
Updated my journal.
Ooh, 1000 XP! For a moment he looks as if he is about to be furious with you, then a gloating smile crosses his face. What a terrible thought. Pity there is no proof of any such activity. He continues to smile at you. Ooh, let's see. Okay. Yes, a pity. So tell me, why have Triss sold into slavery? Couldn't she pay you your money in the form of a loan? Yes, she could, and I did make that offer to her. He looks at you sternly. However, she turned me down. I don't allow second chances. No one turns me down without suffering the consequences. No one. Okay, I have some other questions. No, I've had enough of you to last a lifetime. I will answer no more of your questions. Now pike it, sod. He turns away from you. Okay, then. Alright. Okay, so now we need to go find Lenny. I believe Lenny was over here. If I'm remembering right. Said it has been a while.
We need to say upkeep now.
Pretty sure it's been a week, actually. I think I haven't played this game in a week. Yep, here's Lenny. I still remember, though.
I must rest.
You see Lenny. He gives you a mock smile at your approach. Well, hello again, Burke. To what do I owe this pleasure? I had some questions. He laughs at you. I ain't no tout. If you've got questions, go find one. His smile broadens. You'd best push off before I have to bleed you. What if I told you Byron Pickett sent me? He stops smiling and examines you for a while. His eyes linger on your scars, and he swallows slightly. After a moment, a frown settles on his face, and he appears to be nervous. Pickett sent you? Why? He said you could answer some questions. He frowns. What questions? You notice he looks rather tense. I want to ask you about the papers you stole from Trist. He swallows hard and stares at you. You notice his muscles tense, and it looks like he is ready to run. He puts one hand on his hip in a nonchalant manner, but you can tell he is wound tight as a spring. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. You'd best be off. Okay, alright, this one already catches my attention. Smile wickedly. You know what I'm talking about, Lenny. Byron had you steal some papers from Trist. I'm here to collect them. Okay, yeah, let's go with that one. He swallows hard, and the corner of one eye starts to twitch. He glances at the scars that cover your body, then tries to meet your gaze but cannot. Collect them? I destroyed the papers after I nicked them, just like Byron told me to. He finally meets your gaze. Really? Then why are you so nervous, Lenny? Let me guess. Byron thinks you destroyed the papers, but maybe you didn't. Maybe you kept them. A little blackmail material, perhaps? Woo! Another 1000 XP. He stares at you for just a moment, then suddenly turns to run. Grab him before he gets away. Just as he starts to run, you leap forward and grab him by the arm. He struggles for a moment, but cannot match your strength. Finally, he goes limp in your grasp. Alright, I didn't destroy them. I'll give them to you. Just let me go. You loosen your grip. Hand them over, Lenny. He sighs. I don't have them with me. You frown at him and see fear grow on his face. I swear it, I don't have them. I put them in storage. He continues to stare at you, breathing hard. Then let's go get them. He shakes his head sadly. We can't. They're in the warehouse and they're not open for business right now. Rumor has it there's some sort of management change going on. But I don't know if that's true. In any case, I can't get the papers. He looks at you sheepishly. I'll look into this and get the papers myself then. He shrugs. Fine. I guess that snake Pickett wins again. He looks at you defiantly. Let's just go get the papers, Lenny. Go to the warehouse and tell the clerk I'm here for a loan and he'll give you the papers. Later, Burke. He suddenly bolts and runs away.
Updated my journal.
Woo! And another 2,000. Hell yeah, 2,000 XP? Nice. Damn, I'm getting a ton. Oh, that's the Dustman faction. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alignment, neutral good. Yep. That's awesome. Okay. Alright, where is this warehouse now? Okay. North of the district. Okay. Let's head north then.
How much for the child?
It probably... Yeah, probably through here, I'm guessing. So let's head in there. Oh yeah, here's the guy I killed. That little... What's he called? I don't remember. I don't remember what... Like... Ash something, I think? I don't know. I don't remember. Alright, let's head through here. Okay, yep. We're here in the warehouse. Vault of the Ninth World. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I thought I would just go right here and talk to him, but okay. Welcome to the vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day, Sigillian? What is this place? The vaults of the Ninth World is pleased to serve as a warehouse for the lower ward and all the sentients of Sigil. Our motto is, when one world isn't big enough, we provide storage space for those that have little to spare. Our prices are competitive, our service exemplary, and our courtesy to customers is known throughout the plains. What are you? I am the voice of the Vault of the Ninth World. I am here to serve you, the customer. Instruct me in what you desire. I'd like to claim something. And what is it you were looking for? I was told to tell you that I'm here for a loan. Ooh, one of my secret passwords. Here are the papers you want, sir. Thank you. What else can I do for you? Nothing. Farewell. Of course. What can I do for you? Oh. Never mind. Thanks. Farewell. We at the Vault of the Ninth World value your business. Please return. Yeah, I'll bet. Okay. Ooh, actually, hold on, wait. I do want to ask him about something else. I'd like to claim something. I was looking for a large bag of coins. We have a bag of coins, like the one you described, sir. I'll just need to find out one thing from you. How much was in it? Somehow this guess feels right. 1,123 coins. Here you go, sir. Thanks for storing your goods at Vault of the Ninth World. Can I get you anything else? No, thanks for well. Hell yes. Oh, that's awesome. I got 1123 coins. Holy crap. Okay, so I got... where is it? Yep, I got the loan document. Okay, now let's head out. And back to... Alright, I need to talk to Darren.
Rest.
You see a boisterous auctioneer. He is very animated and does a lot of shouting, yelling, and stomping. He seems to have a tendency toward melodrama and makes a lot of strange facial expressions as he waves his arms. Greetings. He glances at you and motions to the crowd that he's taking a break. Well, a thousand greetings do I bestow upon you, sir. He does a double take when he notices your scars. You know, I take one look at you with my discerning eye, and I see a man in the market for some healing charms. Do you have any charms? He gives you a shocked look and gestures grandly at himself. Do I, Darren, have any charms? He pauses for effect. No, sir, I do not. However, don't let that fact discourage you. Excuse me. I have plenty of other items for sale. He points to the rear of the auction block where a group of people stands in chains. You sell slaves. He shakes his head. No, sir. These are indentured servants, not slaves. For the most part, they are guilty of minor crimes. The proceeds from their sale go toward paying their debt to the city. After their term of servitude, they will be free citizens once again. Alright, so I have a bunch of truth options here. Still sounds like slavery to me. Sounds like a good way to pay their debt, whatever, I don't really care. It still sounds like slavery to me. He gives you a bright smile. I don't concern myself with such thoughts. My task is to sell their contracts as given by the courts of sigil. He lowers his voice as he leans in closer. And collect a percentage for my efforts, you understand? You said they were guilty of crimes. What crimes did they commit? He shrugs his shoulders in an exaggerated way. I don't know for certain, but I would guess theft, assault, or not being able to pay their debts. Those are the most common transactions. I see. Transgressions. I have some questions for you. He shakes his head. Little time for such wigwag, friend. There's dealing to be done. Speak quick. I want to ask you about Trist. He frowns for a moment, then shrugs. Very well, sir. What about Trist? I have proof she is innocent of any crime. He smiles broadly, then laughs. Very well. Show me this evidence. He holds his hand out to you. Give him the document. Ooh, 4,000 XP. Hell yeah. He opens the document and quickly scans its contents. After a moment, he sighs, then folds the document and puts it inside his shirt. It seems the court owes Lady Trist an apology, sir. From this moment, she is free, and I will make all the arrangements to have her status and property returned to her. Thank you, Darren.
Updated my journal.
No, thank you. It's a rare individual who will do what you have done, he bows to you. Excuse me, I must speak with Lady Trist. Farewell. He begins walking toward Trist. Farewell.
Him. I'll take him. I'll take him.
Alright. Guessing Trist is free now. We talk to her. Trist smiles at you warmly. You are my savior, Cutter. I will forever be in your debt. I was happy to help you, Trist. Thank you, Cutter. She glances about, then pauses to think for a moment. You have saved me from certain death, Cutter. A slow, painful death. She frowns as she thinks. Please wait here. I shall return shortly. She turns and walks away. Alright, Trist. You see Trist approaching. She smiles and waves at you. Hello again, Cutter. Thank you for waiting. She looks about for a moment, then removes a purse from the folds of her dress. With the document you have provided, the courts will restore my status and finances. This is not much, but it is a well-deserved reward for what you have done. She hands you her purse. Thank you, Trist. Ooh, another 4,000. And 1,000 copper. Oh my god! She smiles. No, I thank you. Farewell, Cutter. Farewell. Woo! Hell yes! That's awesome. Okay. Next, I need to head to the print shop, which I think is right here. I'm guessing it's right here. Yes, it is. Haha. Okay. Scofflaw pen. and messenger. Okay, then. I think I'll be back with your receipt. You see a thin, stooped man hunched over a desk, scribbling on a piece of paper. His hair is thinning and drab, drawn back into a ponytail, and thin spectacles adorn his hooked nose. His age could be anywhere from his early 20s to his late 40s. He doesn't look up as he speaks to you. What do you want? Make it quick. Ooh, yeah, that's right. I need to deliver Giltspur's handbill. Yes, Giltspur asked me to deliver a handbill to you so you can print up 100 copies. He takes the handbill from you, looks it over, and says, I'll have it for him later. Go tell him. He turns back to his desk. Okay, alright, that's it. Farewell then. Okay. Now I need to go to Giltspur and let him know about that. Just a thug over there.
That one looks good. How much? How much?
Giltspur. He was over here, I believe. There's Byron. There's that. There's Sebastian. Was Giltspur here? Was he this guy? Yes, it was. Okay. Okay. Once again, you come to me once again. There must be something I can do for you that my brother Darren cannot, eh? Ha! The handbill is printed. Whew! 6,000, yes! It's printed. Terrific! I knew you were the man for the job. Here, take this message to Keldor of Durian at the Foundry. I'm sure he'll be glad to receive it, and you'll be glad of the 100 coins you get in return. Thanks, I guess. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so I got... Damn. Man, though, that's interesting. So, I got like 14,000 XP or something like that, but it's only showing that I've increased in 4, so I wonder if I'm only getting like half or a quarter of the XP when I'm a thief or something like that. I don't know, but just find that a little interesting. Find Corvus first. Here he is. Alright, let's go talk to Corvus first. You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach, but then his eyes wander about the market. Good day, citizen. I'm Guard Corvus. Greetings. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look, but glances over your shoulder. I have some questions. He nods to you. I'll help you if I can, citizen. He looks about the market expectantly. Ask him whether he knows Byron Pickett. Okay. Do you know someone named Byron Pickett? He frowns and nods his head. Yes, I'm familiar with Byron. What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look. Anything I know about that individual is harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters with strangers. Perhaps after I get to know you better. Oh. Interesting. It seems I don't have... Okay, so apparently my guide says I was supposed to get a scroll of evidence when getting the loan document that was to free Trist. And if I have it, I give it to Corvus here, and that will lead to the arrest of Byron Pickett. I do not have it. I do not know where it is. So if you know how to find it, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue. I can, though, when talking to him, try and see what he is looking at. You glance over your shoulder and notice a young lady wandering about the market. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her. You seem preoccupied. What are you looking at? He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, citizen. Please excuse me. His eyes wander back to the young woman, and his voice fades almost to a whisper. She has the voice of an angel, and she is such a pretty young thing, he sighs. Why don't you go talk to her? You seem quite infatuated with her.
Updated my journal.
An uncomfortable silence fills the air. Finally, he turns his attention back to you. I just couldn't. I mean, a woman like that, well, she must be. He sighs and pauses for a moment. Was there anything else I can help you with, citizen? Oh, no, I must be going. Okay, so Okay, Karina is the name of the woman, specifically. Okay, Karina.
I'm gone.
Last Lord, mail. Market. Supposedly she's close to Cinder, but I'm not seeing her. Karina. Now my cat is in the way, so I can't see. Thanks, Liam. Oh, here she is. You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Greetings. Her smile broadens. Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. She nods her head. Alright, what do you want to know? Where can I buy some weapons? She smiles and points to one of the counters. Anze, however you pronounce that, over there sells weapons. All kinds of weapons. Are you a warrior? How silly of me. Of course you are. I mean, how could you not be with all those scars? Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't mention those. You're not sensitive about them, are you? No, I've gotten used to them. She looks relieved. Oh, good. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or anyone else's for that matter. You just have to be careful with what you say to someone, you know? I mean, people are different, and you never know. What may offend one person may not offend another. So anyway, she pauses for a breath and smiles at you. I have some questions. She nods her head. Alright, what do you want to know? Where can I buy some magic? She smiles and points to one of the counters. Alec over there sells magic items. Are you a mage? You don't look like one, but I guess looks can be rather deceiving. I don't know what a mage really looks like, now that I think about it. Do you? Yes, they wear robes with funny symbols and a pointy hat. Really? That's good to know. I mean, mages scare me, so I want to know what they look like. I guess it's all that power they have, and they can do really incredible things and all, but they don't know what they look like. Warriors and priests and other powerful people are just look powerful with all that stuff they carry around that says they are powerful people, but not mages. She pauses. Some other questions? You, really like to talk, don't you? She shuffles her feet and looks embarrassed. Well, I've been told that I probably talk a bit too much, and, well, people tend to avoid me. And I don't really have any friends or male friends courting me. Sometimes I get lonely. Her voice gets lower and lower until she is finally silent. She stares at the ground at her feet. What do I say? Tell her that you don't think she's a bad person. Okay, I don't think you're a bad person, Karina. I happen to like you.
Updated my journal.
Ooh, 2000 XP! She gives you a hopeful look. Really? Thank you so much. I don't know your name. Yeah, screw it. I'm Adon. She smiles. Thank you, Adon. It's nice to know I have a friend. Okay, farewell, Karina. Alright, now we can go back to Corvus and let him know that she's actually really nice. Hello again. Blah, blah, blah. Try to see what he's looking at. Her name is Karina. He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon? You know her, citizen. He looks at Karina again. Voice of an angel and such a pretty young thing. Yes, and she's also lonely. I'm certain she would welcome the company of a gentleman. This one? I think the other one's meant to be rude, so let's go with this first one.
Updated my journal.
Okay. He glances at you, then back at Karina. Excuse me a moment, citizen. He steps around you and heads toward Karina. Alright. Corvus returns to you and is smiling brightly. Thank you, friend. A wonderful young lady. He looks a little glassy-eyed. Woohoo! Got himself a girlfriend. My pleasure. I have some questions. Okay.
Right. We need to set up Kip now.
Alright, and I can go back to Karina and talk to her again for some more XP. Karina notices your approach and beams you with a happy smile. Hello again. She looks like she is about to burst with excitement. Thank you so much, Cutter. I'm so grateful for what you did. What did I do, Karina? She laughs. You sent Corvus my way. I know because he told me so. He was afraid to approach me, thought I had a list of suitors. Well, what I mean to say is thank you. She gives you a hug. You're welcome, Karina. I wish the two of you happiness. Woohoo! 500! Thank you, Cutter. I hope you find happiness in your life as well. Farewell. Nice. Okay, so that... Yeah, it seems like I'm only getting half the amount of XP. Interesting.
I must rest.
Okay. Now I also need to talk to Laszlo. Who is Laszlo? Alec. Yeah, where is this Laszlo? That's Drixel. And... there he is. Laszlo. Okay. See a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is tending a furnace. Greetings. He turns and gives a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? Yes, I have some questions. I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What is it I can answer for ye? What is this place? This place? He glances around. It's the open-air market. A lot of buyers and sellers come here to set up their kip for the day. I've been here for a good time. I've been working here for a while under the eye of Mida. He looks a little distant. One day I could be running his stall, I could. What is it that you do here? He points proudly at the furnace. The furnace is used to... He shrugs his shoulders. I don't know what it's used for, but Mida says it's important to keep it stoked and burning right. He wipes sweat from his brow and glances about. Is your father one of the merchants here? He nods. Anza is his name. That's my da's stall over there. He gestures at a stall to the right of the furnace. If you don't have what you need, he may be able to point it out to you. What kind of goods are available? He thinks for a bit. There's many things to be had. Food, drink, magic weapons. Are you looking to buy some supplies, maybe? What is it I need to ask him other than this? Ask about creatures. Okay. I have some other questions. Is there anything worth seeing around here? Is that it? I don't know. Not much to see. The Great Foundry's impressive, though. You might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know. He stops to think. Most of the more amazing sights are in some of the upper wards. It might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there, the Fest Hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life. Tell me about the Foundry. Senta the Ward. He... pretty much. An impressive structure, to be sure. Can't miss it. Just head north. You'll be in it. You'll know it by the big gates. He marks it on your map. Tell me about the Believers. You got a bunch of names. Believers, Godsmen, Believers of the Source. We mostly just call them Godsmen. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. They're a pleasant bunch. They believe that everybody can be great. As great as the powers, even. If you just strive to reach it, it might mean you have to start life over a bunch of times. But you'll eventually get there after a time. So they're another faction here. What faction are you? He smiles. Oh, me and Mida are Indepts. We're a faction that's not really a faction. We're a faction that believes that people are free to do as they will. We're a pretty loose bunch, and we don't take too kindly to making or obeying other factions. What is the purpose of all these factions? He glances at you. The factions are thems that govern most of the sigil and the day-to-day business. There's a bunch. There's the dead, the dustmen that take care of all the dead bodies on the street, and then there's the governors that make the laws, and the sensates. There's a number of factions. Here in the lower ward, we mostly deal with the believers, the godsmen. He nods in the distance. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they're a pleasant enough bunch. I have some questions. Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here? It's a sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here. He shrugs. Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. They can scald your eyes right out of the skull, so it's said. Can't something be done about it? I don't know. At times winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of smog. But that's not as often as would be liked. He blinks, glances around, then shrugs. Ladies' will, I guess, don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough. And some other questions. Can you tell me about this ward? He nods. Oh, this here's the lower ward. Common folk live here, like me and my da. His eyes widen a bit and he looks excited. Do you know why it's called the lower ward? No, why is it called the lower ward? Well, as it's reckoned, the ward's got a mess of portals to the lower planes, all riddled through it like cheese, so it does. So I suppose that's why the name stuck. He smiles proudly. Why are there so many lower plane portals here? He shrugs. It's a mystery to me, as it is to you, Cutter. Not sure if there's a reason for the portals as much as just circumstances. Could be the lady's will. Could just be chance, suppose. He shrugs again. Do any creatures ever come out of these portals? There we go, there's the creatures question. His eyes grow a little wider. Aye, they do. Most of them just stopping, through. He smiles. He swallows nervously and looks worried. You look nervous. You've seen this yourself? Aye, I've seen it. He pauses and swallows again. It was just last week or so. Saw a couple of Abishai. That's what they are, Abishai. Come through a portal. They talked a good bit, and then one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still here, he frowns. What were they talking about? I don't know for sure. To me it was just hissing and such, but I think they was talking about the tower, he shrugs. The tower?
Updated my journal.
Aye, that's one of the strangest sights to be in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower has been around. You can't get into it, you know. Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. I'd be curious to know what's in there, he thinks for a moment. The Abishai was gesturing at the tower and the portal. They was looking for the key, I bet. What key? The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. May have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard they try, you fail. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in.
Updated my journal.
He shrugs. I don't know, Cutter. Maybe. Tell me, where's this portal located?
Updated my journal.
He stops to think for a moment. There's a drawbridge-like contraction back of the tower, east of the markets. That's where it is. He gets a far-away look. Alright, that should be it. Must be going fair well. Okay, alright. We're at the drawbridge. You approach the location of the portal that the boy Laszlo spoke of. You begin to replay your conversation with him in your head. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in, you hear yourself say. Suppress any desires to enter the tower. Hey, there we go. Let's head in then. Whoa! Coke spell. Okay. This is cool. You see an iron creature. Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattle the walkway as the creature hammers away on its forge, and the smell of soot and ash fills the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Oh, it's a golem. Okay. There is the screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge bracers run through its lower torso and into the walls. And the bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. What are you? I am iron given purpose. What purpose? I forge the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. You mean forging weapons? That's your purpose? Metal is like flesh. Both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential, allow it expression. Whew. Okay. Ask him about his purpose. Okay. Whew. There's a thunderstorm going on outside, so if you just heard that crack of thunder, that's why. Oh man, I love thunderstorms. They're so fun. Why do you do this? The iron of my body once existed only as minor expressions of pain. Blades, spears, axes, arrowheads, rivets, and catapults. From these implements of war was I wrought. What happened? These minor expressions of pain were melted to forge this body. My potential was allowed to surface. Now my purpose is to bring out the potential in other metals. You said that someone melted these weapons and forged your body? Who? Entropy raised me from the planar battlefields. And you said your purpose now is to forge weapons. Blah blah blah, I already asked him about all this. Who do you make these weapons for? I forge them for the sake of entropy. They are pain seeking expression. What does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, order rallies its legions. The multiverse heals its wounds. In time, its strength may equal entropy. The multiverse is your enemy. Why?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes, it grows, it stagnates, it forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. You're opposed to chaining entropy? When a thing seals itself against its own destruction, it merely dies a different death. So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death? Ooh, okay, yeah, I need to go along the immortality. Ooh, actually, okay, I can get law points by countering it, or chaos points by agreeing. Let me just do this. Immortality is only a word. All that exists can die. You're saying you could forge a weapon to kill an immortal? Ooh, okay, now this is interesting. Every living thing has a weapon against which it has no defense. Time, disease, iron, guilt. How do you know what weapon to use? One must know the enemy to forge such a weapon. And how do I do that? Start with a fragment of the enemy, a drop of blood, a crystallized thought, one of its hopes. All of these things tell the way it can die. What if your enemy strikes from a distance, from shadows, and never shows himself? Or should I ask, could you forge a weapon that could kill me? Yes, yeah, this one. Yes, really, how? I would need a drop of your blood, that is all. Alright, very well. Oh, 10,000 XP, holy shit! The tool of your destruction has been forged and educated. It is not enough. What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
The magics that keep your heart beating and mend your flesh are strong. You must sink the blade into your body only within a shell where you are cut off from the planes. Why? The reason is not known to me, yet both the weapon and the place are necessary for your destruction. Where did I find such a shell that separated me from the planes? That is not known to me. Okay, I had another question then. Or do I? Ooh, yes. Can you tell me more of what you do with weapons? Blah, blah, blah. Can you do anything with my weapons? Show me what you have brought. I will study its potential and see if its pain can be given expression. Very well. Ooh, nice. I can buy weapons from him. That's awesome. It doesn't look like I can really use any of these things, though. And none of them are useful, so I think that'll be it. Okay.
Right. We need to set up Kip now.
Now, how do I get out of here?
I'm gone. I must rest.
Oh, okay, I just walked back through the portal. Cool! Okay. Blade of the Immortal. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Unique artifact, 2 to 3 piercing. Okay. I think I'd still rather have this equipped. There we go. Okay, now I need to head in here into the coffin maker. Here it is. Yes. Now I head in here. Okay, so in here. Oh, I can loot. Okay, cool. Let's do some looting then.
Done.
Looting, looting, looting. I love to loot. Okay, got some bandages. Give those to Mort. Ooh, some commons. Okie doke. Let me. I'm gonna give these to Mort then. Or wait, no. It's. Oh, that's right. It's her. She has the bandages. Yeah, let's give those to you. Okay. Alright, what else can we loot? What else can we loot? This silver bracelet, alright. Anything else? Nope, that looks like it. Okay. Speak to Hamris.
Stop staring at my tail, you skull.
Alright, Anna. Mort, stop staring at her tail. That's creepy. You see a rugged-looking, square-jawed man. He turns to you with a wide smile. How are you, Cutter? Good day to you. Good day indeed. He squints at you for a second, then juts his hand out to shake yours. Shake his hand. Greetings. Hamris at your service. Member of the Harmonium and the Fashioner of fine coffins for the recently departed. I think I know you, do I not? Let me see if I can place it. He pauses to think a moment. Sharp with names, I was in the Harmonium, let me tell you. Knew everyone on the entire ward. Why, my name is Adon. He snaps his fingers. Of course, Adon. I knew I recognized you. Anyway, you require my services? He studies you, then smiles, seeing the opportunity for a joke at your expense. It seems to me, sir, that you are one in desperate need of a coffin, and soon. He seems pleased with his wit. I had some questions. He nods at you. Ask away. He gives you a broad smile. Okay. Okay, yes, I'm here. I hear your father died. Can you tell me what happened? He frowns at you. Well, he disappeared some time ago, so I can only assume that he is dead. Where did you hear this? I don't recall. You say he disappeared? He nods. Oh yes, many, many years ago. My father was a talented stonemason, and he did not only construct sarcophagi, but he was also quite skilled in tomb design. People from across Sigil. The room begins to fade around you as a memory tugs at your consciousness. Relax and try to remember.
Updated my journal.
Ooh, 500 XP. You find yourself standing in this very shop, talking with an older man while a child sits in the corner and plays. On the counter between you and the shopkeeper is a set of plans. He seems to be explaining some intricacies. That was a good thunder. With the construction of a tomb. Your vision fades as you try to examine the details of the plan. When your sight returns, you are standing in a cavern in front of a tomb. Above the entry, you see the slogan, Engineered for Eternity, clearly carved in the stone. The shopkeeper is standing next to you, a broad smile on his face. He gestures to you and begins to walk into the tomb. You quickly match his pace from behind and draw your blade. You find yourself back in Hamry's shop. He is looking at you with some concern. Are you well, sir? Yes, tell me what happened to your father. He simply vanished one day, leaving most of his commissions unfinished. Most embarrassing. Took a long while to get out of the debt caused by his disappearance, and to an extent, I'm still settling various accounts. Still, I have a certain aptitude for the work, and... He sighs lightly and gets a faraway look in his eyes. He shrugs. Sorry, I was just thinking. My father's disappearance was the reason I joined the Harmonium, and left it later on. At first I had a burning desire to find out what happened to him. Later I felt a certain obligation to continue his life's work. He sighs. I never found the answers I sought. It was quite the mystery as to what happened. His voice fades to a silence. Did your father keep any of the plans for the tombs he built? He thinks for a moment. Yes, he did. After I came of age and inherited the business, I went through all of his records. They were quite extensive. Why do you ask? If I describe a tomb for you, could you tell me if it was your father's work? He frowns in thought, then shrugs. I can but try. My harmonium training has blessed me with a sharp memory. I should be able to recognize my father's work if you give me enough details. He looks at you expectantly. Describe the tomb from your memory. He thinks for some time. There's little doubt that the tomb you describe is my father's work. The slogan you mentioned has been the family trademark for several generations. He pauses and gives you a strange look. This tomb, where is it located? Describe the location. You describe the location in detail, surprising yourself with the knowledge you have of the area. Hamry's watched you with a concerned look. Odd, I don't recall anything in the family records that would even have permitted him to construct a tomb there. The dustmen are very careful about building rights and real estate, especially beneath the streets of Sigil. Then you recognize the location. He nods enthusiastically. Oh yes, sounds like the Drowned Nation's catacombs to me. He pauses. I've never been there myself, but I've heard the area described many a time in my years in the Harmonium. I need to know if your father kept the plans for that tomb. Yes, the warehouse where I store my goods handles my business documents as well. Anyway, they are having internal problems of some sort, new management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late, and I doubt I could retrieve any paperwork from them either. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, and then looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matter for me? The warehouse? Yes, the warehouse is having some internal problems of some sort, whatever that means. I can't get any stock from them until the matter is cleared up, he frowns. Blah blah blah, he already said all this. I guess I don't have a choice if I want the plans. I'll do it.
Updated my journal.
He smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with this issue satisfactorily, you may have your plans for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. It may not seem like sufficient payment, but let me tell you about the difficulty involved in creating those plans. No thank you. I'll just get started on this right away. Farewell. Okay, I also nod to ask him about Dimtree. Oh, who is right here? And some other questions for you. Who's your friend here? He glances at the customer. Dimtree? He shrugs like he hadn't considered the fellow before. Quiet, doesn't say much, do you, Dimtree? Dimtree doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Hamry shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day a few weeks back, been a regular ever since. He hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him stay. Seems harmless enough. You see, when I was serving the Harmonium, part of our work was to take people under our wing, give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets, get them spruced up. Okay. Okay, now I need to talk to Dimtree. You see a tall, slender man with a glassy-eyed expression. He seems engrossed in some tale that the shopkeeper is relating. Occasionally he nods his head, but makes no comments of his own. Greetings. The man turns slightly at your greeting, just enough to acknowledge your presence. You notice that he is a little pale of complexion and rather gaunt-looking. He is giving you a blank stare. The shopkeeper does not seem to notice any of this and continues with his stream of useless prattle. Are you all right? The man continues to stare at you and slowly nods. You wait for any further response, but he says nothing, only stares. You are about to turn away in frustration when you think you notice a strange, musty odor about the man. Step closer and sniff. You lean in and sniff at the man, unsure what you'll find. As you do, a musty odor fills your senses, an odor you recognize from your time in the mortuary. It is the smell of dead flesh preserved by magic. Ooh, you're a zombie, aren't you? The creature continues to stare at you blankly. Slowly, as if with great effort, he begins to reply to you. Only your speak with dead power makes him understandable. Yes, I am Dimtree. Why are you here, Dimtree? Dimtree slowly glances at the shopkeeper and makes a feeble gesture toward him. Seeing this as a sign of interest, the shopkeeper redoubles his efforts in telling whatever tale he is relating to the poor creature. Dimtree looks at you again. Hammerus, he talks. Hammerus never stops. Wanders town. Annoys Master. Annoys everyone. Master create Dimtree. Tells Dimtree talk Hammerus. Now Hammerus stay in shop. Master happy. Town happy. Dimtree sad. Is there anything I can do to help you, Dimtree? The creature pauses, then resumes his slow speech with you. You can almost detect a pleading tone in his voice. Yes. Find Master Sebastian. Ask him release me, please. He turns his head to Hammerus momentarily. Please. Why don't I just put you out of your misery? Dimtree barely shakes his head at you. No. Master revive. Must ask Master. Sebastian, please. He awaits your answer. Sure, Dimtree. I'll see what I can do for you.
Updated my journal.
You can almost sense a feeling of relief emanating from the zombie. Dimtree, thank you, friend. Farewell, Dimtree. Okay, alright. I need to go talk to Dimtree as well. Okay, yep, so I go to Sebastian. Alright, Sebastian, let's go find you. You were over here, that's
Done.
right. Okay, need to head over to Sebastian. I need... Oh, while I'm on the way, actually, no, I'm heading the wrong way. Alright, never mind. I'll go to their warehouse afterwards. But, yeah, need to talk to him about Dimtree. Yes. There you are, Sebastian. Sebastian smiles at you. Good day, Cutter. How may I help you? Actually, I want to talk to you about Dimtree. He stares at you for a moment, then sighs. What about Dimtree, Cutter? He wants to be released from his curse. He gives you a surprised look and then waves you off. I find that hard to believe, Cutter. Dimtree doesn't have the mental power to desire anything. He frowns for a moment. Did that idiot Hammerus put you up to this? Think about it, Sebastian. Hammerus doesn't know Dimtree is a zombie, let alone who created him, right? He sighs and seems to be deep in thought. Yes, you're right, of course. Hammerus could not have sent you. I guess poor Dimtree is more aware than I intended. Pox on me for my stupidity. So will you release him? He looks at you for a moment with conflicting emotions crossing his face. He sighs and throws his arms up in exasperation. I cannot, sorry. He gives you a pleading look. I want to, mind you, but I cannot. I fulfilled a contract by creating Dimtree, and I cannot break it, right or wrong. I am a man of my word. My reputation demands it. Who contracted you? Maybe I can get them to agree to his release. He smiles at you. I am magically bound not to reveal such information, Cutter. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept a contract, it will be handled with discretion. I understand that's the way business should be conducted. Could I release him instead? Excuse me. That would be difficult. He turns and begins to look through a nearby box. After a moment, he removes a book which he sets down in front of you. First, you'd have to have some magical aptitude. Second, you'd have to be able to properly speak the words you find on page 23 of this book. Ah, go on. Last, you'd have to touch Dimtree just as you feel the power of the words culminate within you. He turns his back on you and rummages through another book. I couldn't allow you to read that book, however. It'd be tantamount to my breaking my word through the actions of another. He continues, poking through the box, ignoring you. Read the book and leave.
Updated my journal.
Hell yes. Oh, that is smart. Ooh, and it looks like I leveled up. Yes, I did. Finally. Okay. Skill points. Let's just do 5 in each. That's been working out well for me so far. Alright. Nice. Thief level 6. Okay, so now I need to head to the warehouse and get those papers. Or the plans. Yes. So so I need to go talk to him again. Try and get the plans. The tomb plans. I'd like to claim something. I was told that I could retrieve some plans for a tomb here. Plans for a tomb? Damn, that's whoo, it's still going. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Hopefully you can, because that was a good crack of thunder. Plans for a tomb. You don't look dead, sir. Not that it's any of my business if you are. Here are your plans, sir. Can I get you anything else? No, thanks, farewell. Alright, now we can return to them. Return. And I believe this is the last thing that we need to do here before we head to the clerk's ward. So that is fun. That's exciting. Okay. Yeah, because we just need... Yeah, this is the last thing, and then we head to the clerk's ward, and that's where we are going to end this for now. Sorry if it's a little short. My first time back, first time back in like a week, and yeah, it's the holidays, things are getting busy at work, and I am going to be very busy coming up with work and other things that I do outside of work, you know, like holidays, vacations, all that kind of stuff. So I'll be a little busy, but I will definitely still be trying to put out as many videos as possible, but they may not be as long as normal, so just be prepared for that. Yes, Dimtree, I know how to release you now. Dimtree turns to face you and gestures toward you. Please, friend, speak the words Sebastian taught you. You pause to gather your thoughts and then carefully speak the words Sebastian taught you. You then reach out and touch Dimtree lightly on the forehead. Rest well, Dimtree.
Updated my journal.
With a sigh, the zombie collapses at your feet. You think you hear a fleeting thank you, friend, as he falls to the ground. Damn.
Done.
Hey, and he had like 3 commons on him. Nice. I love the idea that Hammer says no reaction to it. Yep, no reaction. Hammer smiles at you. Good day again, Cutter. Did you get the plans you were looking for? Yes, I've dealt with the situation at the warehouse and got the tomb plans.
Updated my journal.
Woohoo! 2000 XP! He smiles and nods. Well done, Cutter. As I said, you may keep whatever you recovered from the warehouse as your reward. Thank you for your help. Okay, and that is it. Farewell, Hammers.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Ooh, and I leveled up. Alright. And you can't put any in there. Okay. Alright, well you still leveled up. That's all that matters. Okay, so we head through the eastern entrance, which is this. Yep, yeah, so now we head in here to the clerk's ward, and that is where we'll pick up next time. Woohoo! Alright, this is exciting. Alright, there we go. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a good time, because I know I sure did. If you enjoyed, then please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It not only supports this channel, but it also lets you know when I drop the next part of my playthrough of this game and all the other videos of all the other games that I'm making. So be sure to do that. Have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.